Yeah, Mike, it was not exactly the most normal day on the roads in Vancouver, but when it came to the rental market, same old, same old. The Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation put out its annual report today showing rental markets across the country, and it showed, once again, Vancouver with the lowest vacancy rate of anywhere in the country for any major city at 1.1%, and the average rent ticked up about 6% over inflation from about $1,650 to $1,750. Now, people may be wondering, after a year in which we saw home prices decrease by 10, 15, sometimes even 20% in some places, how come rents didn't do the same thing? And according to the Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation, it's pretty simple. The price of housing is still so high to buy that plenty of people are forced to stay in the rental market.
So rental demand is very strong in Metro Vancouver, and it's being supported by population growth, employment growth, and as well as the high cost of entry-level homeownership relative to local incomes. And so that demand was able to exceed supply again, meant that landlords were able to increase rents when units turned over to new tenants.
Okay, Justin, not the greatest news for renters. So is there any optimism on the horizon?
Well, I talked to Vancouver Mayor Kennedy Stewart about this yesterday, and he says that he doesn't think it's a given that Vancouver has to be the worst in the country when it comes to the rental market, saying that the solution to his mind is building more rental pretty much everywhere. But of course, he's just one of 21 mayors in Metro Vancouver, and not all of them agree that building more supply is the solution. And so when asked what could be done more, he didn't talk so much about Vancouver as he did pointing the fingers at other cities in the region.
Do note, though, from the CMHC figures that right now Vancouver is providing 40% of the rental housing in the entire region. So we have about 25% of the population, but we're providing 40% of the rental housing. So I would hope that other municipalities would kind of pick it up a little bit and also make providing more rental housing a top priority in 2020.
But of course, Anita, even if they did that, it takes 3 to 5 years for an apartment building to come up. Still plenty of years until there's going to be any change in terms of how the rental market sifts out for most people in this region.
All right, Justin, thanks for the insight.